I am honored to present Sri Tadada before you. He has been traveling throughout the planet with a great mission. The great mission is quite relevant since the world is passing through a very special time. And we require something more, something special now. Sri Tadada was born in India, in South India, in a province known as Kerala, in the year 1942. And of course, it was a birth with a great consequence. And soon after his birth, his mind turned into the truth. And of course, he was born with the truth, and the mind turned into the truth. He thought, what is the meaning of this life? And where this life is leading us? And anyhow, I don't want to live like this. I want to find the real meaning of life. If at all a truth exists in life, I want to find it. And this was a great feeling in him. And this great feeling motivated him into spiritual practices. And then we can see when he was 18 that with a great motivation, inner call, leaving his family for entering into great spiritual practices in seclusion. Thereafter, for many years, he has been in spiritual practices in seclusion, which is known as tapas according to the Indian context. And during this period of spiritual austerities in seclusion, he was practicing all major streams of spiritual practices known to India. And beginning with the great tradition of Hatha Yoga, the Raja Yoga practice, and the Tantra practices, and the Siddha tradition. And also he was a great devotee of the Mother Divine. And like the small Narayana, it was his name, was living with great spiritual austerities with very less food. Because during that period, his consciousness was so much moving up and very less connected with the human plane, with the body plane. Subsequently, the great yogi, becoming one with the ultimate consciousness, realizing the truth in all its aspect, and moved into deep samadhi for very long period, maybe for 1 week, maybe sometime for one month, maybe for 3 months, like that. And traveling all the astral planes, something miraculous was happening during that period. Because when he is deeply in samadhi, sometimes he could see that his consciousness is coming back, descending to the body. And he was thinking, why I am coming back? What is the purpose? Because I have no idea to live here. I have no wish to be fulfilled. I don't want to have an ordinary life on earth. Then why my consciousness is coming back to the body? What is the purpose? And he was thinking about this. And one day, something great happened. A great pain. He thought that the whole pain of earth is in his body. And for 3 days and night, he was suffering like anything, rolling on ground, crying, weeping. Like that, the power of the suffering had been too much. And then it is revealed that you have come incarnated on earth not to disappear from here in deep samadhi. Because you have come with a purpose, with a higher mission on earth. And that mission, you see the world. And he could see the world in his inner mind what is happening on earth, the pain of humanity, the sufferings, the future, the past, and the explosion, and the atrocities, the exploitation, and what is going to happen in future. All this has been revealed in his inner mind. And this has further strengthened the pain. And there are great inner awakening. You have to do some work. You are here to serve the humanity and to show the right path. You have a higher work to be done here. Though this was the sense, the essence of the inner calling. And after this revelation, gradually his mind started coming back to the body plane. And by 2-3 years, he could somehow connect with the body. So this is how from the Supreme Samadhi, Sridhara has come down to the normal life. Thereafter, he tried to accomplish this higher mission. And there was a lot of matters involved in it. When he looked at earth, he could see darkness everywhere. He contemplated on this aspect. And after deep contemplation, something revealed. As per this higher revelation, he traveled the spiritual centers of India with a group to awaken the spiritual centers in India and to bring the divine light more to earth. And thereafter, many times he moved to seclusion, contemplating on the divine aspect. Then when something is revealed, the action part, again go to seclusion, again working, like that this was his life. And later in the year 1991, a great revelation happened. So now we require for the contemporary time a new way of looking into life. The new concept of Dharma. And that is why a new proclamation of the tradition of Dharma took place through him, which is known as Dharma Sutras. It was in the year 1991, he presented Dharma Sutras, and this proclamation has taken place in Saranath, where Sri Buddha proclaimed his Dharma for the first proclamation of Dharma Sutra. He thought that, of course, humanity is living without the knowledge, without the higher knowledge. And they are totally absorbed in their day-to-day life. So it is very difficult to connect them to the light, because there is a great humanity, earth can be permanently connected with the divine truth, divine light. And this inquiry has been fulfilled by the establishment of Dharmapida, a great spiritual center in South India, in Kollur, to connect the divine light to earth and the supreme light, continuous connection and radiating this energy to earth plane. So it took in the year, the establishment was taken place in the year 2006, and thereafter, on 2007 onwards, he is traveling to the West, to Europe, with this great message of Dharma. He would like to share something special with us, to bring a special energy, special light, special message to us.